There was an idea at Blueskin Bay for 3 wind turbines. Seemed like a great idea at the time, 3 wind turbines that were going to power up to 1,000 homes that were going to be run by a trust, the Blueskin Resilient Communities Trust, potentially bring $100,000 per annum into the community as well. Going through the RMA process, they've just been declined the right to build these wind turbines. There is going to be no wind farm in Blueskin Bay.
It's just rather a sad story, actually. I mean, there's a fellow, Scott Willis, who's been doing some really great work out there. He's an environmentalist and cares about the community and cares about the future of the world, and has been trying to set up you know, a wind farm for some time. And just, I guess, earlier this year or last year, it all started turning rather bad, and he wanted to put it on Porteous Hill, which is on the other side of Blueskin Bay, and people said no, we actually don't want it there. It sort of turned out that originally it was the power was going to go back to the community, but it would have to go onto the national grid, back to the trust, so people weren't keen on that. And really, yeah, it's a story of a fellow who really cares, doing his best, and it's all come rather unstuck, and it's unfortunate, really. Possibly the placement of you know, where they came up with where the turbines should go wasn't the best. It certainly didn't get the community's backing.
Is it a bit of a case? Is it a NIMBY case? You know, not in my backyard. Is that any part of it? I mean, I know there's going to be a perfect place to put them, but there seems to be some residents, and the story in the ODT, I think it was this morning or yesterday, say that there was a common sense solution to this. They didn't want it. They said it was going to really damage their property values and be an eyesore to them. In fact, it came through the ODT paper as them being fairly balanced, because Jennifer Ashby was one of the people who didn't want it near her property, and she was someone who seemed to be saying that there are better ways to do this. She's a fan of wind, she's a fan of solar, but this wasn't done well.
Yeah, I mean, some of these, you know, there's sort of talking about unknown health effects, what they may be, I'm not sure. And there's a lot of opposition to wind farms, and I think they're fantastic, and I love the look of them, and I think they're a really good idea, and I think possibly people need to get over it. But having said that, if someone's going to put one next door, I'd worry about the noise.
Well, that's it, isn't it? That's the NIMBY thing, not in my backyard. Jennifer Ashby was quoted as saying this of the process: "It's been extremely stressful and unpleasant. We've had huge community backing here. We've had so many people congratulating us this morning." So she's painting a picture that maybe Blueskin Bay and the surrounding suburbs, there were lots of people who weren't very keen on this, and maybe that comes back to what you're letting us know about the process that went from to, and maybe that wasn't what people thought it was at the start.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, possibly whenever you do this sort of thing, you've got to get them away from people's homes a good distance, or you're always going to get a reaction.
I think the idea of you know, renewable energy is a great idea. I mean, if you're building a house today or tomorrow or next year, I think the idea of having solar panels should be a given. You know, having your own wind turbine should be a given. So just stretching out the continuum, obviously, if you can do some mass productions by this sort of size turbine, why wouldn't you? But the question is, how can you?
Yeah, and also, I mean, if you're looking for a place with people that would probably be into alternative energy, Waitati and Blueskin Bay would be the area, wouldn't it? But even there, it couldn't get over the line. So it's an interesting conundrum.